Hi, it's Jay Schwanke from Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom, and I'm here with our friends at English Gardens to show you how to create an herb tower. And actually, I'm going to call this an herb and culinary tower because it's a great way for us to create a container garden that's going to be available for our herb and culinary needs. And it's a fun way to do it too. It's one of my favorite projects. So what I did was I grabbed 3 of these pots. They're 3-sized pots. From our friends at English Gardens, and we have a small, a medium, and a large. I've already added my stones to the bottom because each one of these has a drain hole in the bottom. Really important. We have to have the drain hole, and we have to have added our rocks. I've added the Spanish tile down inside, and now is our next step, because what's going to happen is we want to stack these, okay? And if we stack them without a support in the center, it could cause problems with us as our plants grow. So I'm reclaiming and recycling a couple of the pots that we had. So what we're going to do is we're taking this one. This was off of my hellebore, and it's a hard black plastic pot, and I'm going to put it right in the middle of my container. What's going to happen is when I place this one inside there, it's going to sit on top of it, okay? And I might want that up just a little bit taller. So I'm going to add just a little bit more of our Spanish tile. You've got different opportunities for different types of rocks. Spanish tile works really great. The river rocks work great. If you use volcanic rock, that will reduce the weight in your containers if you need to move them around. So that might be something important. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's right up at the edge of the container. Now it's time for us to add our soil. So we're using the Proven Winners Premium All-Purpose Potting Soil. And we're just going to put that around our pot right here. If you want, you know, if some fall down inside, that's okay. Not a problem. Okay. But this is going to be the construction for us, and then we're going to be able to plant all the way around. Okay. And of course, we're going to add some of our organic garden tone. I love that because, again, we want to grow everything organically because we're going to be consuming the things that are grown in here. So we want to make sure that we're using an organic soil enhancement, okay? Then our pot's going to sit up there like this. Pretty wonderful, right? And so again, in this one, I'm going to use one of my Proven Winners containers. Again, real hard plastic. And it sits down inside there, and then I'm going to add my soil around the outside. I love this because it's like, you know, creating architecture at the same time as we're planting. And so it's a great opportunity for us to do that. Now we've got that little Proven Winners pot down in the center inside here. A little bit more of our organic fertilizer. This is great. It's time released, and it's going to help keep things growing and moving all summer long. So this guy's going to sit there like that, right? Okay. And then we'll add some of our Proven Winners Premium Potting Soil on top of this to get us started. Okay. And we are also going to add a little bit of our garden tone. Perfect. There we go. Now, again, remember that one of the things that I told you was that I like to make sure that these things look great at the very beginning of the year, and that we have, you know what, let's be honest about it. We're in Michigan, and we have a short growing season. So I want to make sure that things look great. I know that there's a lot of people around me who are like, well, I want to let it grow and fill in. I don't have time for that. I want it to be beautiful right now. And when it comes to beautiful plants, the perfect location for me to go is English. Look at this array of different types of herbs that I was able to find there. Just totally amazing. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to use our Proven Winner in the top here, this beautiful basil right in the top container. And I think that that's going to be a really great spot for us. And they've got these big plants that have already grown on. Look at the roots on those. That's amazing, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break this up a little bit because I want to make sure that I'm getting his roots nice and exposed. And then we're going to go down into our pot like this. And this is going to be the top of our tower. Okay. Now, if we wanted to, we certainly could put other, we could put a collection of 4 or 5 little pots down inside here too. I just chose that because I'm crazy about basil. It's one of my favorite garden herbs because I use it to make pesto. I use it to make cocktails. I use it on my heirloom tomatoes. I use it all the time. So I plant probably 2 dozen basil plants throughout my garden so that I have basil all year long. Plus, I love it as a cut flower in an arrangement because it smells great too. All right, really good idea to utilize that as well. So now for this bottom one, I thought it would be fun for us to have a couple types of lettuce on there because that could be really great. I'm just going to break off their little roots there. I'm going to add it down inside here. And you know what? I might leave my little tag there so that I remember what each one of these are. That's kind of important for me to know what's going on. And so if I leave that little tag there, that's going to be super helpful. So I grabbed 3 different types of lettuce. I grabbed the brown, I grabbed the bib, and then I've got this guy. All right, so I've got 3 different kinds in there, and I think that that's going to be helpful for this level. And this actually could be my first level for the summer because lettuce is going to come on, it's going to do well, it's going to be a spring item, and then maybe I'm going to transition to something else. Okay, I might transition to another thing, so I might pull out the lettuce and drop in a couple of lavender or something like that. So always be thinking about what you want to do when you're creating these. Another thing that I thought was super amazing are these new Treasure Island Chef Jeff's sweet potato vine. I love sweet potato vine in something because it's going to cascade, it's going to run down the side, but this is also going to give you some sweet potatoes at the end of the season. So it could be a really good item in this. I think it's just a great opportunity for us to think about that. I just think it's smart because I've always wondered about sweet potato vine, right? You know, you can get the red or you can get the green, and I love the way that they look, but then I always thought, well, are there sweet potatoes there? That could be really fun and really helpful for me. So along with my lettuce down here, I'm going to pop in some of the proven winners. This is one of the best sellers. This is the garden sage, and it's also GMO free. That's super important for me because I'm going to be using this to cook. And in Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom season 2, we did how to use sage 3 different ways. We showed how to use it in arrangements. We showed how to make sage crisps, which is fun. And so it's like a potato chip. You make a potato chip with the sage leaves. And then we also showed how to make smudge sticks, okay? And many people now are experiencing that they want to cleanse their home or use it as, you know, part of their meditation to have sage and smudging sticks as part of it. So I think that that's also a fun thing for us to think about. We show how to do that on that season episode as well. I have the variegated sage and the other because I like both of them. The way that they look, I think, is really important. So I've used 2 different types of those. Now, again, the other things that are a must-have in my garden is I want to have some parsley. So here's my little parsley plant that I'm going to put right between my sage and my lettuce on this side. And I'm going to leave its little tag in place too. And then I have to have cilantro. Crazy about cilantro, and especially when I'm cooking, when I'm making fajitas in the summertime, when I'm making my avocado dip, I want to have cilantro. And so I also have to come back and plant my cilantro usually a couple times, you know, because I will cut it off and use it all up. So, you know, just a great opportunity for us to have that cilantro in there. It looks like I have room for one more thing. And so I think I am going to add this little guy, not an herb, but attractive. This is the lemon coral sedum from our friends at Proven Winners, okay? And I like that beautiful chartreuse green coloration, and it's just gonna be probably one of those spillers for me out of this because it's just gonna spill over the side, you know, as the summer goes on, right? So then I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to fill in everybody. But then you see what happens is this guy's going to sit down in the middle of that. So let's get this guy set up. All right. And on this one, This is one of my favorites, this basil, Pesto Perpetuo. Okay, I love it. It's a variegated color basil. It's absolutely glorious. It smells so good. It tastes so good. So it's a perfect opportunity to include that inside here. I have to have thyme. And again, this is another one of the Tasty Treat thyme from Proven Winners that's GMO free. And I love that they're paying attention to that because we want our beautiful, beautiful herbs and other things to be GMO free. So I think it's super important. I love that. I'm going to add the variegated thyme on the other side of this. Now, then I ran across this one. Look at this, the cola plant. Okay, it is an artemisia. It's Chef Jeff, and it has a cola taste. So you can add it. You can use it on as a cooking herb, and there's all sorts of instructions on the great little tag. So again, I'm going to put that tag in there so I remember what I've planted in my culinary garden. Super important. And here's my thyme over here, my non-GMO thyme. Perfect. And then I need a little bit of oregano, okay? I love oregano. I am a souvlaki maker, okay? I love to have souvlaki in the summer, and that part of that is having oregano and having some really, really nice oregano for those. I am going to add one more over here on the other side. I love how bright green these are too. It picks up that same bright green as my sedum over here, right? And so we've got that in there, and it looks like I've got room for one more. And I think it will be perfect to add a non-GMO lavender. Lavender, we have an entire show of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom dedicated to lavender that was in season 2. And we talked about all sorts of ways that you can use lavender. You can make lavender bottles to stick in your drawers so that it will give fragrance to your clothing. We have, we make lavender syrup. We have a lavender infusion that goes into a vodka. So you can make all kinds of fun things like that. So, you know, really good opportunity for us to do that. So now, again, we're going to fill in with our soil, and then we're going to water this. But I wanted you to see how this is going to go together, okay? And so then this guy sits in the middle there. That's awesome, right? And then our topper comes in here. And I'm tucking it right down in between all those plants and sitting it right on top of my pot inside there, so that it's going to sit inside there and look wonderful. There we go. Okay. Ta-da! Now look at that. Look at that great looking herb culinary garden that we can have on our deck or our patio sitting right outside our door. So we can go and we can pick different things. We can pick lettuce, or we can have some sage or some thyme for recipe, or even try our cola plant or our basil for our heirloom tomatoes and mozzarella. All of those things sitting there waiting for us so that we can add culinary delights to our summer projects from the beautiful, beautiful selections that they have for us at English Gardens. I think it's a great way, and a great way to update something and create something that's architectural for our patio so that we can have more fun with amazing plants. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed our series from our friends at English Gardens, one of the best places I've seen to get plants in the Michigan area. Perfect for us. Until next time, keep having fun with flowers and plants.